Hello students, we will continue with the same chapter, that is pronouns, and today we will study relative pronouns. Now what is relative pronouns? Now dear students, relative pronouns are used to refer to nouns mentioned earlier in the sentence. Now relative pronouns are used to refer to those nouns which are mentioned before, or you can say earlier in the sentence, okay, which are already mentioned before in the sentence. They also help us to join two sentences. They also help us to join or combine two sentences. Now see, the relative pronouns are who, whose, whom, that and which. Now students, see this box. Now through this box we will understand. See, relative pronoun. Now who, whose and whom are used for only people. Okay, remember, who, whose and whom are used for people. Now see the example. The passenger who sat next to the old lady helped her unbuckle the seat belt. Now the passenger who is referring to the passenger who sat next to the lady. It means who is referring to the noun which is mentioned earlier in the sentence, that is passenger. Okay, do remember. So the passenger who sat next to the old lady, who is referring to the noun, that is the passenger. Okay, now next is the man whose house. Now who is referring to the man's house you are buying. Okay, so the man's house you are buying is my neighbor, so it is referring to the man's house. Okay, now the guest whom. Now the whom is referred here to the guest, the guest you met. Whom is referred to the guest you met. Okay, the guest. Now next is which is always used for animals and things. Which is always used for animals and things. The snake which bit the boy has been caught. So the snake which is referring to the snake. Okay, snake. Okay, now next is that. Now students, that is used for both people and things. Okay, for both people and things. Now the people that I met on the way were very friendly. The people that is referring to the people. So always remember, who, whose and whom is used only for people, which is used for animals and things, and that is used for both people and things. Okay, okay, here market students, which is used for animals and things, that is used for both people and things. Okay, now we also use what as a relative pronoun in the sense of that which or the thing or the things which. Okay, now sometimes what happens, we also use what as a relative pronoun in the sense of that which, means you say no, that which we have seen day before yesterday, when you give some example like that, or the thing which I saw, or that which it was there, something like that. So see example. What you want cannot be given to you. Okay, the sense is coming that which. Okay, you got what you deserve. Here the thing which. Okay, so do remember, here in the sense of that which and the thing which. Okay, what you want cannot be given to you. Okay, so in the sense here, what here in the sense that which. And the second one, you got what you deserve, the thing which. You wanted, you have got. Okay, now is it clear? Now next is whose is used as a relative pronoun for inanimate objects too. Okay, it is used for inanimate objects. Inanimate objects means not alive, like chair, table, books and all these. Now see example here. The bottle whose cap is broken is leaking. Now whose, the bottle whose, here whose is referring to the bottle. Okay, the bottle whose, so whose is referring to the bottle. Okay students, now see, sometimes we often incorrectly use the word who in the place of whom. Now remember, who functions as a subject. Okay, who functions as a subject and whom functions as an object in the sentence. Now see the example. Doctor who care for their patient are respected. Now relative pronoun is a subject, so we use who. Now doctors who care for their patients. Now who is, why we use who? Because the relative pronoun is subject. Okay, now who means doctor. Here doctor is referring to the subject, that's why we have used who. Okay, doctors who care. Why we have used who? Because the relative pronoun is, that is doctor, is subject here. Okay, now next is patients want doctors whom they can trust. Now here the relative pronoun is an object. Okay, now relative pronoun is object, so we use whom. Patient want doctors. Now doctor here is working as an object, that's why we have used the word whom. Okay, patient want doctors whom, not who, whom, because relative pronoun is object here. Okay, the doctor's here is working as object. Okay, that's why we have used whom. Students, omission of a relative pronoun. Omission means to remove, to discard. Okay, so the relative pronoun is omitted, removed, if it acts as the object. Now sometimes relative pronoun is removed, is discarded if it acts as an object. Okay, so sometimes relative pronoun is removed if it is acting as an object. In such cases we change the position of the preposition in the sentence, and if it acts as the object, means if relative pronoun act as object, it is omitted. Okay, so relative pronoun is omitted if it acts as an object, and in such cases we change the position of preposition in the sentence. Now see here the examples, it will be more clear to you. The boy here to whom you gifted the books did very well in the exams. Now here is the boy you gifted the books. See, to, the position of to, did very well in the exam. The position of the preposition to changes. The boy to whom you gifted the book did very well in the exam. Now next to's preposition is changed. The boy you gifted the book to did well in the exam. See, here was to whom. Are you getting, students? Here was to whom, And when you remove this relative pronoun, so you can see the preposition's position is changed in the sentence. It was after the boy, and here it is after the books. Okay, the boy to whom you gifted the books did very well in the exam. Now if you will remove whom, the to, that is the preposition place or position, will change. The boy you gifted the books to did well in the exam. See, the position of preposition change. Okay, has changed. Now next is, these are the colors with which he painted the wall. Now if you will remove this relative pronoun, then the preposition will change. The preposition, or you can say the position of preposition, will change. These are the colors he painted the wall with. It was after the colors, and after the colors the preposition was the preposition with. Okay, now here after the wall there is a preposition with. Okay, these are the colors with which he painted the walls. Now when you will remove this relative pronoun, the preposition with will change, and you can see in this sentence, after the wall it came. These are the colors he painted the wall with. Okay students, now next is demonstrative pronoun. Now demonstrative pronoun points to specific people and thing. Now demonstrative pronoun, it points towards something specific. Either it can be people, or either it can be thing. Okay, so demonstrative pronoun points out, shows something specific, either people or things. Now these are this, that, these and those. This is the boy who is a member of the music group. Now this, that, these and those. This is for near, that is for far. These and those are for plurals. These are mines. It is for used for in a near sense, and those also plural for the things which are far away. Okay, that is the lake where we can go rowing. Okay, these cookies are tastier than those in the jar. Now here it is used to point. This is the boy, means you are pointing. It is also used for near and far thing, plus it is, just mark my words dear students, here it is also telling about something specific. This means this is a particular boy. Okay, it is talking about the particular boy. Okay my students, that is the lake means it is talking about the particular lake, specific lake. Okay, these cookies means it is talking about the particular cookies, are tastier than those in the jar, means these cookies which are is much tastier than those in the jar, means it is talking about these cookies which is much tastier. Okay, means it's pointing the specific. Okay, pointing out the specific things. Now next is distributive pronouns. Now distributive pronouns are used to talk about people, things as individual members of a pair or a group. Now distributive pronouns are used to talk about, it is also to talk about people and things as individual member. Okay, as individual member means as a single member. Okay, as it means as an individual member of pair. Okay, means as an individual member of pair, means something is in a bulk and then you are pointing out individually or of a group or as a total group. Okay, a distributive pronoun is always singular and therefore followed by singular verb. Now remember, this is students, distributive pronoun is always singular and is therefore followed by a singular verb. Now see here students, some of the common distributive pronouns are each, either and neither. Okay, some of the common distributive pronouns are each, either and neither. Now each is used to denote every one of a number of people or a things taken singly. Each of you will do homework, whole class is sitting, and if I will say each of, means individually I am pointing everyone. Okay, means taken singly. To each and every child I am saying in the class, each of you have to finish the work. Okay, now we use either and neither to refer to individual in pair. Okay, now if you're talking about either or neither, it is used to refer individual in pair. Now there are two things, and if two things so in the pair you are referring to either this or that, neither this nor that. Okay, so in a pair you are referring to them individually. In pair you are referring to them individually. Take either this or that, means in a pair you have kept two pencil. Now you are asking them either you take blue one or red one. Okay, so in pair you are referring them individually. In a pair you are referring individually. Okay, individual, either this or that, either the blue pen or red pen, not together, either red pen or blue pen. Okay, neither red pen nor blue pen. Okay, now next one is when used as a distributive pronoun. Now when used as a distributive pronoun, each, either and neither are followed by plural noun and singular verb. Now when we use as a distributive pronouns, each, either and neither are followed by plural noun and singular verb. Okay, with the now when we used as a distributive pronoun, that is when the use of distributive pronoun is like each, either and neither, they are followed by plural noun and singular verb. Do remember, plural noun and singular verbs. Now kindly see here, note that when they are used as a distributive pronoun, they are used by themselves without a noun after them. Now when they are used as a distributive pronoun, they are used by themselves, means they are used, means they have to be taken by themselves, no noun after them. Okay, they have to use by, means they have to be taken by themselves, means nothing else can be taken with them, means no noun, nothing after them, after distributive pronouns. Okay, no noun after them. Okay, students, let's see the examples. Of the 10 students shortlisted, each received an award. Now here it is telling 10 students are shortlisted and each, means all the 10 are shortlisted and singly, each means singly they will receive award. Okay, now 2 buses stop. But as in the rule, noun will be plural and verb will be singular with each, either and neither. The two buses stop near my house. Either means between these two, one can take you to the railway station, but no one will go to the airport. Okay, now each of the pastries, noun will be plural and the verb will be singular. Each of the pastries, each of the pastries has unique flavor, means all the pastries which are kept in the box singly, each one has a unique flavor. So again, the noun is plural and the verb it will take will be singular. Next one, either of the books is. Now, as I told you in the rule, each either will take plural noun and singular verb. So either of the books, books is noun and verb is here is. Either of the books is a good choice. Okay, anyone you can gift, for any one of the book you can gift, because it is a giving book as a gift is a very good. Okay, so neither of two speaker, again neither of two speakers, here noun is plural and the verb was is singular. Neither of two speakers was knowledgeable about the subject. Okay students, I hope you must have understood this. Now next is indefinite pronoun. Now indefinite pronoun are used to talk about people or things in general. Now they are used to talk about things or a people. So indefinite pronoun are used to talk about things or people in general way. You're not referring them in any specific way. Okay, in a general way means that they do not refer to any specific things. They refer to general things, or you can talk about people or things in a general way, not in a specific way. Now they include anyone, anybody, anything, anyone, everybody, everything, someone, somebody, something, one, all, some, few, many, none, no one, nobody, nothing. Now anyone can come to my house. Mean it is not specific. It is not specific like Neha, Geeta, Sita will come. Anyone means any person can come. Nobody is present here means not a single person. Nobody means I'm not making it is specific that only this boy or that boy or this girl or that girl. No, anyone means anybody. Okay, anybody can celebrate New Year. Means it is not specific that only the particular people are used to celebrate New Year. Anybody can celebrate. Okay students, now anything means anything can happen. If I'm going out, anything can happen. Maybe I can fall, or my car gets broken. Okay, so anything can happen. Nothing specific I can tell. Okay, so anything can happen. Maybe I can fall, maybe my car get broken, or I can fall from the scooty or something. So anything can happen, or earthquake can come. Anything can happen. I'm not specifying anything. Okay, now someone is there on the door. Someone, I'm not sure, I'm not specific about that who is that person. Maybe I'm not specific. Okay, someone is on the door. I'm not specific who is that someone. Okay, now we can see example. Anyone can apply for the course. Means anyone can apply for this course. Means students, or for example I can say under 18, above 18, under 35, above 35. So there is no specific criteria for the course. Maybe a small child, maybe elders can also apply for that course. Okay, now anything can happen. Again, anything can happen. I have told you anything can happen. I have given you the example of anything. Now something is wrong. Now sometimes when you open the room, you see now something is wrong, though you cannot find that what is wrong, but your senses says that something is wrong. So you are not specifying that this thing is wrong, that thing is wrong, but you say something is wrong. Now sometimes we say no one knows what happened. Sometimes we say we often say no one knows what happened. So no one knows no one knows what happened. So no one means I'm not talking about any particular person, that this person knows, or that person. No one knows that what happened. For example, sometime you say no one knows that what happened to her. So no one was knowing that what has happened to that particular person, neither me nor you nor anyone else. Okay, so no one knows means it is not specific. It is not specific. You're not specifying any particular person. Okay, students, I hope the topics are clear to you. Thank you, students.